This is Hastro from Team Envious. I'm not sure if most of you know who I am, but I'm a professional Call of Duty player, coach, and shoutcaster for Major League Gaming. So wanted to go ahead and jump into this gameplay with you guys here. I'm actually joined here by Stainville and Foreplay. They're my teammates for a few years now. And if you're not familiar with our team, we're Team Envious. We're one of the most successful Call of Duty teams, if not the most successful team in Call of Duty history and competitive play. So what we're doing is we're actually coming here to explain why Sam joined.
Tell us the first time you heard about Team Envy.
Wow. So the first time I found about, oh damn, I need to think about that. Holy wait. Holy crap. Yeah, okay, I got it. All right, so the first time I heard about Team Envy was actually in Black Ops 1. I'd heard about them before, but I really didn't get into watching competitive Call of Duty until really Black Ops 1. I did watch some Modern Warfare 2 back then as well, but Black Ops 1 was when Stainville was on the team, and that guy was just insane, and I always kept watching that team play, and it was a lot of fun to watch. And ever since then, I just loved the name, I loved the branding, the look of it, and I started researching it, and I got into the team now, so.
The amount of times I casted these teams going up against each other, it's cool to see them now, you know, scrimming again, new faces, different lineups, but the e-classico is what made Call of Duty competitive. Really what it is. It was one of the first big rivalries and got everyone excited for it. And to see it continue to grow over all this time, it's fun to watch.
They were just a great team. Like at the time, like I watched Proofy, he was such an amazing player, and I always want to be like at that level, you know. Like I looked at Envy as being like one of the top teams at the time, so I was like, man, this team's amazing. And that's how I became a fan, pretty much.
And at the time you had this like I knew about you because I just joined Optic, and I knew about you because you were part of this team called like Unreal Talent.
Unreal Talent.
And you guys had like the first ever team to go 100-0 on game battles. That's insanity.
Yeah.
Right. What were some of the team the players that played for that? Do you remember?
Yeah, I mean we had
this one. Stro and I have been friends, rivals, and everything in between for a very, very long time. And originally, when I first heard of them, was like early Call of Duty 4, where they were the first team that got to 100-0 record on game battles under a team called UT, Unreal Talent. And then the first time I met Stro in person was at somewhere in Miami or in Florida for Hard Knocks. It was a competition. Neither of us won, so it wasn't a big deal. But the first time I heard of Envies was immediately right after that, when they started winning like a lot of Call of Duty 4 tournaments. They were always like a force to be reckoned with. And you know, at the time we were taking sort of the other approach, right? The content creation. They went the championship way. I went the content creation way. So you know, we've been rivals for a very long time. The first time I heard about Envy was way back when it first became a thing.
Karma, please do it to him. Please do it to him. Please do it to him. There's three of them. They're all inside the generator. Karma, go for the ninja defuse. 45% of the way through. No one's taking the bomb. Karma, yes! Oh, he gets the ninja defuse! Oh my Karma! Ridiculous. What have we just seen?
But it was a great time. You know, we spent a lot of time down in North Carolina at the Envy House. Spent, maybe like a year or something. And that was like a huge thing in my life, because that's where I met my wife. Which was kind of crazy. We lived like 5 minutes from each other. But playing on Envy was great. It's always been like the big rivalry, you know. Optic, Envy, Stro, Hector. They always just want to be the best. They're like the godfathers of Call of Duty, you know what I mean? So it's a big thing. It's a big thing. Like they were like the two brands coming up they were Call of Duty, you know what I mean? So I mean, that as a whole, like it's always a battle. It's always the e-classico when we play, you know, and everyone wants to see it.
So the e-classico is honestly the biggest rivalry in esports for me, in my case. But I feel like, you know, I've known Hector just as long as I've known Mike, and both of them are great pioneers of what they do. Like, they both lead a tremendous organizations, each to their own, right? and it's growing again. I think it's been up and down. I think Optic had a lot of success for a string of time during Advanced Warfare especially. We were having that struggle period, but then also, you know, we won the World Championship first. Then they won it the next time, and they had a great comeback against us, which is obviously unlucky for us. But I think now we have Aches on our team again, you know, and Paddy P is someone that Optic has always had a rivalry with. So I think it's stronger than ever. I think you have someone like Kyler and all the rest of our players are ready to, you know, improve, and always beating Optic and playing against them is always a great time for the fans and everybody else.
The e-classico was something that just was born to happen. It was the two biggest esports rivalries in Call of Duty, so it was bound to happen. The fans started calling it the e-classico. It was sort of the Real Madrid versus Barcelona rivalry that you see in football. And you know, they apply that to Call of Duty. You know, one of the longest-standing esports franchises in the world that happened to be born out of Call of Duty. E-classico. That's how it became a thing.
You've got the reputation of being an Optic killer, but when you face him in a game like that, is it just another team?
It is and it isn't. It's kind of hard because, like, every time I play him, especially at the big event, like, I know what's on the line. Like, there is a record where I lost him in 2013. I've won every time since. And especially with, you know, I know it's old to talk about, but Krim leaving my team, going to Optic, and then it's just always been a rivalry since. So it's definitely a special match for me.
So it still feels sweet to beat your former teammate?
Yeah, I mean, I feel bad though. I mean, going out of groups is rough. I don't know what I would have done if I was in that position, and I would have liked to do it in front of the nationwide arena, but I'll take it in group play.
Any team that Aches is a part of is always going to be, there's always going to be that rivalry, right? He's our nemesis in a sense. Now, I respect Pat for everything that he's done for the scene. He's a fierce competitor, always looking for the player's best interest. It's an overarching thing. But yeah, anytime that he's on any team, that it's immediately a rival. But now that he's on our rival team, then it makes it, you know, it just adds fuel to the fire. So we're kind of excited.
So the current roster, obviously, since I now work for the Dallas Fuel majority of the time, I'm so very connected with Marcus and Mike with our roster decisions and ideas. Me and Marcus specifically, had calls, during the roster mania time, and we brainstormed. I mean, Marcus being a great, addition to our team and works so damn hard for the guys, does exactly what I did back in the time when I was with them. He and I both know that I've been with the COD scene longer than him, so I had more information so much on some of the players when we went for our roster moves. But all credit to Marcus for what he's done. I think the team that he has now, it's probably the most solid team all around. It may not be maybe the most slay-heavy team, may not be the most objective, but it has every piece to the puzzle. And I think once that clicks, I think EG last year were a perfect example of good team play, have every sort of thing. They have leadership roles, they have good slaying power, they have aggressive sub-machine guns, they have objective-minded players, and then that's how they won that championship. And then now you're just adding a pure talent in Kyler. So I think overall it's a great move, and I think, sure, we may start off slower, but I mean, it's the first event, and the more this team grows, I think as long as they stick in it, I think they'll be really good in the next couple of months.
He's picking up kills now, just 15 seconds left. They don't even have any picks at all. They are just in a very terrible situation.
Oh,
they gotta go, and
Paddy
it's not
P.
going well.
A beautiful double, look for more, triple, why not? Quadra! Beautiful from Paddy P. Getting a one more, it's gonna be Crowder in his sights. The lead is absolutely massive. And Nate is gonna miss, he's looking for the plus 50, doesn't even matter, he gets himself a strike team. This is a two-time world champ, lighting up your main stage, trying to force Envy to a game 5, and FaZe, they have been outgunned.
Pretty fantastic for Envy. You got the War Machine to help get you streaks, which obviously you get a strike team, you just kind of win the game. You got a Tempest putting in work. It's Envy doing everything right. What more can you say?
And the new hill about to pop. Envy's ready and waiting. Methods will contest, but War Machine rattles through. Ace finds one. Envy in the hill. Envy seal the deal here in game 4. And the reverse sweep is on.
The first day on Friday we came in, we played FaZe, Lightning Pandas, and then Straight Rippin'. FaZe was a series that we went down 0-2. We really threw that S&D gridlock, brought it back, and then Game 5 just wasn't one of our better maps, and they took advantage. So that series kind of was one that if we should have lost any, it could have been that one. But moving on the rest of the day, we played Lightning Pandas. We handled them pretty easily. And then versus Straight Rippin', we threw that series away. We were a much better team than them. We have so much more talent on this team than that team would ever have. And that pretty much just summed up our Friday, which was just a lot of choking.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't even, except for the MV players, I don't know anyone.
I don't know. They're killing each other. That's cruel. I mean, compared to PC, I think PC is easier. So it's not look great on that screen, but if you think about how they play in joystick, yeah, that's pretty good.
Going into Saturday, we had to play the open team around 3 in the afternoon. Started out hot, went up 1-0, and then lost 2, 3, and 5 to them. Again, maps we should have won without contest really. Because of how tiebreakers work, I think we ended up 5th in our pool. Started from T24 losers, had a couple hour break, came back and dominated loser bracket the rest of Saturday night. I think we went like 9-1 on map count. Pretty much handled everyone pretty easily. That's how we should have been playing this whole tournament. At the end of the day, I mean, we threw 2 rounds in Surge that were easy for us to win. Would have gone up 2-0, and then the gridlock as well, the gridlock control. We just made a lot of hero plays, trying to close the game out way earlier, making it harder on ourselves than it should have been. That should have been a 3-0 series, and we should be playing right now. So, pretty disappointed with how we played overall. I think everyone's better than what they showed, especially individually, and our teamwork was just a mess this event.
That match against Lightning Pandas should have been a 3-0, like especially for a team like us, should have been a 3-0. We're having trouble closing. We were up 3-0 in the search. I mean, we had 2 specialists going in the last round that we lost to. Still lost it. We lost all 3 defense on control, which is completely unacceptable. And we randomly put in a map that we haven't played the entire event. So I don't know what we're doing that whole series. It was a terrible performance from us.